What happened? What happened? Wait, start now. Okay, I did it. 2 out of 2 mandatory goals remain. I don't know what that means. Oh, wait, that's what that means. I see it.
Okay.
Okay.
I
have 21 days that this HelloFresh stuff is going on. That's actually, like, really forgiving.
Oh, geez. I don't know if you have enough time.
Oh, no. Look, honestly...
Yeah.
I'm mostly doing it because I really like HelloFresh. And if I can
Wow,
get
that
them to
counts as a
give
mention.
me... Well, if they give me money, it's very great because I'm just going to use said money to buy more HelloFresh. So I'm just getting free meals. So, yeah. It's my first sponsorship, you guys. I've never done a sponsorship before.
I'm gonna say all the bad words.
No.
70 or 75% off?
It's 70% off. Why can I hear everyone twice?
I don't know, no.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait, is it coming through Bunny's mic? Did they like set their mic down?
Oh yeah, no mute or nothing.
Fun. Wolf. Wolf. Hello, tiny goblin friend. Or friend, I'm sorry. Hello.
We stream up?
Yeah, stream is up.
Yes.
Yo, welcome
Stream
streams.
is up.
I should probably get off
giving
of
us
my game then.
Probably. I'm really tempted to mute Bunny because I can hear everyone twice, but also I would not know when they got back.
I'll see him.
Yes, we are streaming this. This is episode 4. This is
Just
also
wait.
our... What?
I thought
Just
this was
ask
5.
everyone to mute themselves in Pro Media. Other than
can't
Bunny.
ask a person
Everyone
that's
is
not-
muted there. It's that
Oh.
Bunny can hear you and their headset is close enough to their mic where we can hear ourselves in their mic.
Oh, sorry.
But yes, Cheshire Bat and Tiny Goblin Friend, we are streaming this. It's episode 4.
Happened.
This is also our first ever sponsored stream. My ever first sponsored stream. I can't speak, apparently. But yeah, we actually got our game sponsored.
Sponsored by
I'm
HelloFresh.
sponsored, yes. We are
Go eat
sponsored by
foods.
HelloFresh.
There's a discount. It's nice.
Okay, 70%
I've never used
discount
them, so I
and
wouldn't
free
really know.
shipping. It's pretty great.
But
Wolf, I'll order it and then invite you over. We'll make something cool.
A lot of their meals are really good.
Don't
It's
worry.
gotten me. So I used to be a really, really picky eater. And don't get me wrong,
You used to be a
still
picky
am.
eater?
I'm a very picky eater, but I'm actually like willing to try stuff from HelloFresh because like 90% of what they sent us, I just absolutely love it. Like B and
What's the code?
sorry, I'm still the code for the HelloFresh.
HelloFresh? Yeah.
It is, what is it? POG HF 10383, and it's all caps. If
It's
you
what now?
use the code !HelloFresh in the chat, then it shows up.
Fisher's mad
you
at
have
us.
to capitalize hello and
Why?
Fresh. Hi, we're live.
Hi.
Hi.
Fish is still mad at us because I went, hey, you know how I played D&D on Twitch? And he was like, yeah, fucking nerd. I went, yeah, well, we just got sponsored by HelloFresh. And he ripped out his earbud, like rolled over, threw the blanket off, and was like, no, you didn't. Are you serious? And I was like, ha! Ha! Who shucks now? Good night, I love you. He was like, "Night, love you too, asshole."
Check your text, Bun.
Why can I hear everything twice?
Oh no, I turned off my volume. Say again.
We can hear everything twice, and I don't know why.
Oh, did you do the thing again where I'm not muted on the right one?
No, you're muted in the Discord.
Oh, sick.
Can
Even
anyone else
better.
hear everything twice?
Nope.
Nope.
What am I
It's
hearing?
just you.
You're just cursed.
Wait, am I somehow hearing my Twitch stream? I have
Yeah,
Twitch
is
muted,
Twitch
though.
muted?
It's supposed to be. It might not be. I'm going to try to find that out, because it is annoying. Is that what it is? Did I find it?
Code
I found
POG.
Yeah, code POG. POG HF10383 for 70% off and free shipping on your first box. Sorry, I have to do, sellout things every once in a while in the stream. But it was very slightly audible on
Never
stream
stops.
while Bun was gone, but it seems fine now. I just fixed it, so that's great. Apparently,
It might
Twitch
have-
unmuted itself, so on my little preview on Twitch, I was able to hear everything, but it was barely coming through. So I guess let me go through. I have a couple things real quick. So before we get started today, as we have mentioned, this stream has been sponsored by HelloFresh. It's our first sponsor ever. And so, HelloFresh, if you don't know, is a subscription service where once a week they send you a box that contains several meals that are perfectly portioned, and they give you the recipe cards, and they're wonderful meals. They have a full line of fall-inspired meals, all delivered to your door. It is, on average, 72% cheaper than doing your own shopping, and it also reduces food waste in your own home. Highly, highly recommend. Me and Birch Bees have been using them for how many months now? Like, since we got married, I think?
Yeah.
So, just about 6
Oh,
months
you are
now.
proud.
And it is just a wonderful service. Highly recommend. We actually have like a file folder where we rate 1 through 10 all of the meals that we get from HelloFresh, and like 80% of the meals are in 7, 8, or 9, or 10. So there's very few that get rated lower than that, and I think a couple of them got rated lower than that because we discovered after getting it that I was allergic to something. So, but
I will say they do have like allergy, like most allergies listed.
yeah, the most
gluten-
common ones they have
sorry.
listed. I have a really
I'm really
weird
bad at this.
allergy.
Midas is yeah. So there is kind of like
Right.
a thinking about that. Like as far as like you can usually tell, and like it does a pretty good. The only time where you won't be able to know exactly is if there's like a specific sauce. But like if it's like any big allergy, it lists it. Ow!
So, highly recommend. It's gotten me to try a bunch of new foods that I've just fallen in love with. So, great service. Highly recommend. It's the only reason I even took them is because we actively use them every single week for our grocery shopping. But with that being said, does anyone else want to say anything before we get started, or no? I figure not, but I'm gonna give the opportunity.
The floor is open. For once, I have nothing to say.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so with that, we will go ahead and run the intro, and then we will get right into tonight's wonderful festivities of the Day of Ash.
Yo.
Cute little little intro.
Yes, our cute little intro that is so simple and so bad because I made it and I am not good at audio design. I am not a music major. So,
I like our cute little intro.
I like it. It just could be so much better. So, where we last left off, you all took a job clearing out an apiary of a couple of haunted beekeepers. And upon clearing it out, you returned back to your guild and accepted payment, and was actually given the opportunity to own said apiary. You put a deposit down after Tara came into some money, and then you were asked
Mysteriously.
to help with the upcoming Day of Ash celebration. The Day of Ash being the holiday that comes around once a year on the anniversary of a great fire that took place in Capital City before it really became what it is today. The Golden Oak Guild commonly puts on several different types of celebrations, one of which being this large ball in the city square, and you all were tasked with decoration for it. So, if y'all have anything in mind, I think now would not be a bad time to do that. Kind of go through what y'all want to decorate the ball like, and what anything specific that you want to call out. Go ahead and do that now while I look for some music.
So we had a lot of like
I'm pulling up the
Ideas.
chat.
So
Do you want me to go ahead?
my first idea that I like, my first posed idea was I wanted to fill the ballroom specifically just all over with black roses and baby's breath, with just a little hint of like separate orange tulips. Greg then decided that he wanted to.
I do want to
Greg?
butt in just a second.
Mhm.
I don't know how well the point got across, but the ball is located in the city square, so it is an outdoor event. There's a stage where a band will be playing, tables kind of surrounding a dancing area, but it is kind of laid out in this cobblestone type street, the city plaza.
Okay.
It'll be taking place around dusk.
Okay, the florals are like on all of the tables, around the stages, around like any tables, on top of tables, just florals everywhere of black roses and baby's breath with a little bit of orange tulips. Greg you-
wanted streamers and little paper pom-poms.
Along with, don't forget,
Don't
Oh,
forget.
yeah, I was gonna take my ugly little frog hands and dip them in red and orange and yellow paint and make little finger paint fire.
And you wanted.
And popcorn garland. That's right. I was like, why are you? Yes.
along with plenty of like long red, yellow, orange streamers, Tuvala flew up to hang high from trees, kind of like cascading down. I'm assuming like little lights and like little candle globes coming down from the trees as well, just to kind of like symbolize the fire, little like
Some
glass.
Harry Potter shit.
Yeah, so
globes.
there's a couple of trees in the area, kind of just to the sides of the stage, and then there's a couple more dotted around just behind kind of where the tables sit. There's also like lines that go between the two, almost like clotheslines that you're able to hang streamers from, lights, and your popcorn garland.
Yes, of course.
Although you also discussed what was going to be on the stage, like next to the stage.
Yes. So, tree, like, Tuvala using drew two, like, younger looking trees, and around the bottom of them is, black and gray and kind of stacking up red and orange and yellow paper. kind of looking like flame coming up, but these young trees that are painted slightly gold are coming out of them, kind of symbolizing that something good did come out of the fire, which was our guild.
Nice. Stella, do you have any decorations that you would like to include?
We just hang Stella up in a tree.
Stella was
Put
the
some glitter.
quietest in the chat, so whatever you say, I will
I
absolutely
think
back
Stella's
100%.
player was at work during this chat.
That sounds like a Stella problem.
Because it's Sunday. I forgot it was Sunday.
I still vote we put Stella in a tree with like orange glitter. Call it a night.
While we're waiting for Stella, we did also discuss, and I don't know how we felt about it, about putting like on the place settings on like all the tables, like putting little golden oak branches, like little ones, but like little golden oak branches on
Yeah.
it. It's kind of like a little decoration piece of like a reminder, kind of a token to take home.
An homage, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay. So Stella, is there any decoration that you would like to add? I think you're muted.
Am I muted?
I don't.
You are
Not
now,
anymore.
You're no longer
Jeez.
muted.
Oh, I wouldn't have muted.
I don't
The
know.
entire time.
I think when your mom
Great
came in to
question.
talk to you during the intro,
No.
I think you forgot to unmute. But that's
no,
fine.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
So you put up the decorations probably the day before the ball, as the day itself, the day of Ash, is just full of celebrations that you're all more or less kind of expected to attend. Just throughout the entire day, from the time you wake up until, an hour or two before the kind of ceremonies begin, there's people in the streets, there's people playing music. You see like little kids with like streamers on sticks waving around streamers that are bright reds and oranges. Some of them even have like little bits of gold that kind of shimmer as they flutter through the air. Kids running up and down the street. You see a lot of people wearing kind of either neutral tones of grays and blacks to reds, oranges. You see lots of like little gold jewelry, as that is one of the other big colors of the day. But lots of reds and oranges. In the guild hall itself, you see Marilli and Dia going through tons of paperwork, getting multiple people in and out of the bar as soon as, or as fast as possible, trying to coordinate everything. They look like they're 6 feet too deep in all of this. But other notable people at the bar, you do see your friend Teke, kind of helping Dia and Marilli with a couple of things. Another face that you see throughout the day, you see Lionel. You actually see him kind of on his way out of the city, going towards the northeast, if I'm not mistaken. But is there anything that y'all would like to do before the celebrations begin, or would y'all like to skip right to kind of where we would want to pick up with celebrations?
I think I'm good. There's nothing I can think of that I wanted to do.
Yeah, I think I'm good with festivities.
Sounds good to me.
Stella? Stella?
Stella.
Stella, are you with us?
Do what?
Is there anything that you would like to do before kind of getting dressed and partaking in celebratory measures?
No.
Okay. So, it comes to about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and pretty much
What
everyone
year
has...
is it?
What?
I'm sorry, what time of year is it?
What time of year? It is kind of the beginning of summer. But this is a relatively cold climate, so it's probably 60s-ish. like low to mid 60s. Fahrenheit, just in case someone in chat uses Celsius and just freaked out for a minute.
How kind.
So yeah, it's probably early summer. With that being said, it gets to about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and you see Dia and Marilli kind of pack up their last things, and they, if y'all are around, they'll be like, so, the celebrations are starting soon. If you have decorative wear, or, holiday outfits, now's the time to change. We are going to start the parade just outside of the, just outside of the hall, the guild hall. That will take us through the town, and it will end at the ball. You're more than welcome to take part in the parade. If you don't want to, and you want to go maybe do last minute things, that's completely fine. With that being said, you're more than welcome to be in the ball, and after the ball, because of all of your help in the decorations, you all have been invited to the Day of Ash dinner. That is, if you don't know, it's a lot more selective than the ball. While the ball will have some food, the dinner is actually hosted by the founder of the guild, and he only invites specific guild members and other people of high esteem. So we highly recommend you show face, just as a sign of respect. But if you can't make it, it's understandable. It is a busy holiday, but we do highly recommend it. That will take place kind of after the official ball ends. A lot of times people stay and carry it into the night, but whenever we finish with our civic duty and legal obligation.
I have
We
sent
would
you a
love to.
DM.
You sent me a
Greg
DM?
likes food.
Ooh, nice. So, with that being said, now is the time where you all may, if you have other attire than what is in your pictures, now is the time to do so. And kind of describe what your character changes into, how they're presenting themselves for the night. Anything specific you want to call out, please be as descriptive as you would like.
Are you able to show the pictures?
Not really. Sorry. Just use your imagination.
Use your
and-
storytelling abilities.
Yeah, you're good
Okay.
at storytelling.
Imagination.
So actually,
Does
I want to have.
anyone want to
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go for it? No, go for it.
I was gonna say I actually want to have a little bit of fun with this. Why don't we do this? Everyone roll a d20, and it's basically initiative order for who has to describe first.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. I was gonna
7.
ask if I was. Wah!
Dang
I
it,
was
I
gonna
rolled a
ask
3.
6.
I was gonna ask if anyone wants to play dress up with Greg. Because
I
Greg,
Greg, I
was-
is literally just a guy.
I will tell you my current plan was whatever Tuvala had on, she was definitely preparing a little something for Greg, because he doesn't
Good.
specifically dress himself at all.
Okay, so Stella rolled a what? A 3?
3.
Tara rolled a what?
6.
6.
6. So Tuvala, Tara, Stella, Greg, what'd you roll? Just
Greg
roll a
didn't
Greg
roll.
hasn't rolled.
Roll a
Greg
d20.
didn't roll because Tavalla was dressing him up.
Well, Tuvala can dress you up, but you still have to roll a d20.
All right.
Aha.
I mean, you're
12.
probably gonna go for it.
A
Yeah,
12?
it's
Okay, so
Yeah.
the order goes Greg, Tuvala, Tara, Stella. So, Greg, as your best friend Tuvala dresses you up, what do you think Tuvala would put you in?
Tavala, do you have a plan? Because you said it was supposed to match yours.
Mostly in color and in flowiness, Tuvala, due to having very massive wings, and not liking to be overly constricted, likes to wear a lot of flowy things. So it is going to be kind of like, I guess like baggier, almost like Aladdin-looking pants, to not like bug your bendy legs. You know, maybe even like a little vest or jacket that like buttons up in the front, just like a little fancy frogman, maybe even a little hat.
Here's my
So go ahead and
fucking bicycle.
Feel free to put your own little spin on that.
It's gonna be. The vest is gonna be unbuttoned the whole time. I'm not gonna lie to you. And he's
Maybe a
gonna
little bow
insist.
tie.
He's gonna insist on bringing the harness and the war pick.
Fair.
Bare
yeah.
minimum.
Okay, so
He's a
you're
little
wearing
hobbit with a
an
pick.
unbuttoned, probably red or orange vest
Probably.
with black flowy pants as to not restrict any movement. With your war pick, kind of almost like halfway underneath the vest, just to be a little more formal. But you can still see plain as day, like the handle is full out,
Yeah.
and you can just see like the very point of the war pick is also sticking out.
Yo.
But it's less
It's better.
obtruse. Do you add anything more specific? Any small trinkets or anything to Greg's ball attire?
I cannot honestly imagine Greg having much that would be very appropriate for this.
Okay. With that being said, Greg is the first to finish getting dressed and convene in the kind of downstairs area of the guild hall. And next we see coming down the stairs is Tuvala, if you would like to describe how you look for this
So as I said,
event.
very large, very flowing type evening gown. Base black color. Almost like V-neck, fairly low cut with a decent bit of like midriff showing. Very flowy patterned skirt. You almost see like flames kind of coming up from the bottom, turning into leaves, working its way up to like the mid bodice area, along with a head like fully uncovered for this, ears probably displayed, but with a shimmery, translucent, glittery cape that tacks on the wrist with a little bracelet for each arm. Wings like pristinely folded behind the back.
Nice. So you meet with Greg in the downstairs area. A few minutes pass of general conversation before we see your friend Tara come down the stairs.
Much to everyone's surprise, and for probably everyone here's first time, you notice that Zavala is not wearing any kind of
Tara.
cloak or hood.
Tara.
Can you not hear me?
You said
You said
Tavala
Tavala.
instead of
Ah.
Tara.
Did I just say Tavala?
Yes.
You did.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not for the fact though. I normally have one. So
I'm sorry. Tara is not wearing any kind of cloak or cape, hood, security. Instead, you see her wearing a very regal, kind of stiff bodice, black dress with a bottom going full length and then with a little bit of a train in the back. And the sleeves are going to actually come past the hand and kind of drape longer and kind of be very long and flowing. And the top, you're going to notice that there is very sharp shoulders to this shoulder pads. Not like pads, but like very broad shoulder, sharp padding with some like silver embroidery of some leaves and florals and flames, just kind of like general moving shapes from starting from the shoulders and kind of like fading on the sleeves. The top itself is going to be a very hard, like pointed sweetheart. Like, for people who were there, the same shape as the top of my wedding dress. Very like hard shaped, but then there's going to be from that is going to come a very high collar that kind of like starts from here and goes up, and very close collar that hangs to her neck. So it's very like structured at the top, and like from super hard and structured flows out to very like flowy and non-structured whatsoever and moving. And you can tell that while Tara definitely likes her dress, you can tell that she is uncomfortable.
It's because she can't hide enough daggers in it. So you finish coming down the stairs, quickly followed by the last of the group, Stella.
It's a rather simple dress. Granted, it's grayish color and made to look as intentionally as though it's taken smoke damage. And the left sleeve is broken, so it hangs off. And there's a few holes cut into it, specifically made to where it looks like as though there's flame coming out of them, even though it's really just dye on my flesh. And as for the limbs, they fade from a bright red out towards an orange near the edges, with blotches of black in certain spots and bits of gray that are made to look like smoke coming off of it. And around the black ones are brimmed with the stones that I had previously collected, with a noticeably large one on the head that covers one eye. And that'll be that.
And what color have you dyed your
You?
skin for this event?
I said that.
I heard that it looked like flame, but I was like, is that more orangish? Is that more red?
Yes, I said it starts as a bright red, and as it goes further away from like what the dress is, it goes.
Oh, I'm
to
sorry. I
orange.
thought you were describing like an ombre on the dress itself.
No.
My bad.
I was describing body flesh there.
My bad. I
Like
misunderstood.
the dress itself is like a white dress that's made to look like smoke damage, thus making it a gray dress, and there's like some holes cut in it,
Okay.
and underneath, and you see my flesh, and that is specifically colored to look as though there's flame coming out of it.
My bad. I misunderstood a little bit, but
Yeah, and then like
Wonderful.
every once
That
in a while
looks-
there's like, and every once in a while there's like spots that are black that are made to look like either like charcoal or like rock.
gotcha. Okay, my bad.
Immediately,
I would think one of those is on the face. Yes.
when Stella comes downstairs and Tara sees, immediately you're going to notice that she kind of like wide-eyed stare of a little bit of astonishment for a minute, as she kind of quickly, kind of slowly approaches Stella. You look wonderful, but you don't think that this look might be a little insensitive?
Why?
To those who possibly lost people in the fire that might be there today? I don't know. This is my first holiday too. I was just thinking.
I didn't mean any disrespect. In fact, it was quite the opposite.
Greg would like to point out that we already painted fire on all of the walls.
You
That
see,
is fair.
I don't know. There's a difference between like, remember what happened, and I am specifically dressing up as though I went through the trauma.
Also,
I don't know.
keep in mind, the only people that might have been alive for this event would be elves and dwarves, as it happened
Yeah.
well over the lifetime of any human. And at the time, the village was like 99% human. It didn't become a melting pot of a city until after the fire.
Yeah. The main thing that I'm thinking about is actually the fact that we're going to meet the founder, and that he would be there.
It's fine.
Tuval is definitely going to rush in, and well, I think it's lovely, dear. Nothing to worry about, no need. I do need you to tell me how you got that color, however. It's so lovely.
days of my life wasted away on that. I assure
It's
you.
not wasted if it gives you that result. Oh, Greg, your buttons came undone again. Here, let me, and I'm gonna reach down and fix 2 or 3 of them,
Greg's
knowing
gonna, like-
damn well.
Greg's gonna like smack away at you awkwardly.
Like a cat when you're trying to rub their belly.
Yeah.
Just- So,
Stop.
a few minutes
Except
go...
a lot wetter.
A few minutes go by,
Or a nice
and you see the door swing open to the bar. As you see the twins walk in, Marilli and Dia. I keep mixing their names, and they themselves have changed into more of a celebratory outfit. Though they still are matching, and you still see they are still armored. It's not their normal half plate that they're wearing all the time, but you still see they have like let me pull it up. They still have like metal gauntlets on the arms that are like arm bracers. They're not gauntlets because it doesn't cover their hands. And then they have like large metal like pads that cover their thighs. And then it's like a patterned leather that covers most of their chest. And here, I can actually show you. Yes, show to everyone. It should show up on Roll20.
Yeah.
Love it.
So this one is specifically Dia, but Marilli is in the same exact outfit, other than her eyes being blue.
You also imagine it
Fair.
being mirrored.
Yeah.
I don't
do
see
too.
it.
It's not. You're not in the Roll20, are you?
I am now.
Oh, well then I may have to hit the show to players again.
Oh.
Did that work? Can you see it now? Let me zoom in on this
Wait.
for stream.
Is that not her?
Eh. Is that not her what?
Normal attire? No.
No, she is normally wearing... What the frick happened?
Can I just real quick?
What the heck
On-
just happened? I have to refresh the Roll20 for OBS.
For those of you
Glorious.
who don't have to fight Roll20, hold on. I need you to go look at Greg on Discord. Because there's a
Greg on
fanciness.
Discord.
Yeah. Because there's a fanciness scale on this hat, and I want to show y'all what it does.
I'm so confused. What?
Discord? Oh wait.
Yes.
I
I don't see.
Oh, you're live. Okay.
Look at the fanciness.
Oh.
Oh wait, you're live.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
Maximum
Doug
fanciness.
Oh,
It's Doug Dimmadome.
for Chad,
Owner
in
of the
case you're
Dimsdale
wondering.
Dimmadome.
In case you're wondering, Chad, you're in Hero Forge, and they have the fancy. It's like a top hat. The fanciness layer. The more they slide to the right, the taller the hat is, and so they
It's
split it
literally
where the hat
as
is
tall
the
as
same
he
height
is.
as Greg.
It's literally the same height, yeah.
The taller the hat, the closer to the Dawn Father.
The what?
Dawn Father.
What's the Dawn Father?
That's the
Wouldn't
copyrighted
you like-
god.
Oh,
There's the Dawnbringer in this world, which is a...
Ringer.
It's the
it's-
Dawnbringer. Specifically, it's
Dawn.
not the Dawn Father, because the Dawnbringer is a female deity.
So Dawn Mother. Or
I mean,
Mother
yeah,
Dawn.
you could call her Mother Dawn. I don't really care, but she's known
I
as
will
the
remember
Dawn.
that so much better if I can say Mother Dawn.
Yeah, then you
have-
call her
I
Mother
have-
Dawn. There's different names for it. It doesn't really matter that much.
Damn.
So
Call her Dawn.
now, okay, so that's Dia's outfit. Marilli is literally the same exact
Art.
thing.
DM.
I saw.
Why isn't it showing up on my other one? What the heck?
Yes.
My hat is so fancy.
Marilli is the same exact thing with just different color eyes. That is the only difference. But they approach.
Headcanon, it's mirrored.
It's not mirrored.
I said headcanon. Pay attention.
Cannon.
I'm sorry, you
My
cut out.
headcanon disagrees with the canon.
I'm about to make a headcanon Wattpad book just for us.
Oh no. Okay,
Oh,
so they walk in and they go, "Oh, wonderful. You all look amazing. We were just about to come in and get you. The parade is just about to start. And kind of above table, the parade is literally just walk around the city, like, with, like, holding up, like, the guild's banner, and everyone's like, yeah, the guild, they're so great. And, like, some little kids with streamers will follow you, and people just do, like, a walk around of the city, and it ends at the dance floor of the ball. It's
Someone's
more
gonna
of just
see me
taking
and
the
think I'm a
scenic route.
lost child.
But you're all invited to walk along in the front with the rest of the guild members that are present today. Not all of them are, some of them are out doing very dangerous things, but that being said, there are several that are here. So you're welcome to join us if you would like, or we can meet you at the ball.
I think we would be honored to join you.
Wonderful.
And may I say your outfits are dashing for this evening.
Thank you.
Well, they're trying to get some ass.
Tuvala is just a purveyor of fine things.
Well, they kind of lead you out. You see just outside the guild hall, there's already a group of probably 30 to 40 people kind of gathered. And you see among them kind of, they almost have like their own small clearing of people. You see several of the guild members. Among them, you see... Okay, well I say several, it's a couple of them. You see Vibra, who works in the bar, but she doesn't actually go on missions. You see she's in a very, like, flashy, reddish-orange dress with lots of gold jewelry. And actually, I can show you her outfit. I have outfits for all of them, and it's great.
Nice.
At least all of the ones that I'm currently planning on showing you. So let me pull roll 20 back up.
Ooh, I love the dress.
So very vibrant,
Yeah.
very flashy, and there's kind of that ashen gray, like part of it. I don't really know what to call that. Kind of like just a sash. But with that being said, that is Vibra's outfit. You see she stands next to Teke, who is wearing a beautiful, like long, mostly black, but like just a little bit of like maroon dress, with a couple of like gold belts across her waist and gold armbands on each arm. In this picture, she has a drink in her hand. She does not have a drink in her hand yet, though she will very quickly once you get to somewhere where they're serving alcohol. But you see her talking with Vibra, talking with a couple of the kind of civilians around the area. And then you see... well, actually, no. Those are the two that are kind of standing out to you right now, with Dee and Marille kind of going up and joining them, and then kind of waving all of you to join them.
Oh, I'd love to follow over.
I'll follow suit as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always excited to meet new people.
I am following over, but you can tell that I am already, of course, starting to grow nervous of the crowds and kind of staying towards the outside of crowds.
You're alright, Tara. Reach up to like grab her hand and pull her along.
Nope, here you go.
Okay. Stella, you recognize one more person here. But he is definitely not one that everyone is trying to talk to. But you see an older gentleman and I'm only telling it to you because two of the people don't recognize him at all. But you see the man who has been described to you as a Tyr, though you've never spoken with him. And he's just kind of standing off to the side, kind of leaning up against one of the walls of the guild hall.
I see.
But you notice him with your 15 passive perception? Yeah. But they kind of get you all with the front of the group, and you see they have a couple of kids. Hold on, gotta ban someone in chat.
What did chat do?
A bot came into chat and
Bot.
started like doing stuff.
Be gone, thou beast of the nether realms.
We exercise you.
So you see they have a couple of kids holding like this banner kind of on each side of it, and it just has it says like golden oak or something on it, and it has the symbol of the golden tree, and kind of Dia and Marilli kind of walk up to them and they go, okay everyone, we're going to start the walk. You're more than welcome to follow behind us if you would like, or if you just want to wave us on and meet us at the ball, that is also more than welcome. I think the music will be playing even before we get there, so go have a good time. The guild will be there shortly for more festivities. Thank you everyone. And she kind of you see Marilli and Dia each kind of go and talk to one of the two children that's holding up the big flag, and they start to walk, and then they follow, and you see Teke and Vibra following as well.
If it's not too late to suggest something, Greg might have put on gloves so he can touch things during the festival.
Oh, absolutely. You have on gloves.
Nice.
That is more than acceptable.
Yeah. I was like, wait, this will make it so much easier.
Yes.
So following along with the kind of parade, it's not much. It's not like people are throwing stuff or anything, but you see, as you're walking through the streets, for some of you this is your first time along this route, you kind of go south, and then you go east, and then eventually you make your way back north and then west again, but you actually go through several districts of the city. You don't cross the river into the northern part of the town, but you pretty much explore a large section of the southern part of Capital City. It probably takes you an hour just to make the small loop. Granted, that's walking at kind of a normal pace that kids can walk at. That way they're not making the children sprint. But you see, you see several hundred people like waving little flags or just kind of yelling out and clapping. You see most people are dressed in some sort of nicer attire. It seems to be that this holiday means a lot to these people, and it's kind of something that everyone is willing to put in a little effort for. You see maybe like 3 people wearing like normal clothes. Everyone else is in some forms of blacks, grays. Some are in like whites, reds or oranges. But you see in several sections of the city there's streamers kind of going across the street, people kind of yelling out of their window and waving little flags. But if there's nothing that y'all specifically would like to do along this journey, any conversations to be had or any interactions with any NPC you want to have before you reach your destination.
I would just like to, at some point during the middle of the parade, intentionally make my way over to Tara, just kind of put a encouraging hand on her shoulder and just, you're doing great, you got this.
You're doing great, sweetie. Mommy's so proud.
I was gonna say thanks, Mom.
I have yet to refer to myself as mommy, so keep that in mind.
It's because you reserved that for Teke. Don't lie.
Listen.
Wah.
Hera is going to start walking with a little bit more confidence, but she is still going to stay kind of towards the... She's going to stay kind of like in people's shadows, if that makes sense. Like, she is
Kinda
not
hiding
drawing any
behind-
attention to herself.
She's a rogue.
Hiding
yeah.
behind people,
Yeah.
since there are civilians lining the streets. I assume you're
enough.
kind of in the middle of the group, hiding behind Tuvala because she's tall.
Well, I can't exactly hide behind Stella or Greg.
That
I
is
dare
true.
you to hide behind Greg. Do it, coward.
Too big. Is big, you as small.
You see,
Greg is
many,
huge.
many children along the route just end up
Maybe for a
staring
crown.
at Stella until they break line of sight, as they have never seen a slime girl, especially not one that looks like fire. But you all kind
Give
of
us a smile
attract
and a
good
wave.
attention. You know the guild is popular in this town, but it's also pretty much the home of any exotic race. And just to see, 4 or 5 of them all in one place, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
wow. It's just kind of a little bit of that shock factor. This city is home to many elves, dwarves, gnomes, halflings, humans, but dragonborn, few and far between. Grung, most of these people haven't even heard of. A plasmoid, no one has heard of for sure. And then an Owlin, there's maybe been like rumors, but no one in this city has seen one.
Tabaxi.
There is a tabaxi. They're a little more common, but they're still, exotic. But also, pretty much anyone who's ever been near the guild hall knows of Vibra, as she is rather vibrant. Ha 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 ha.
I was waiting on the pun.
Literally and physically.
So you all arrive, and you can hear music playing from even probably, a quarter mile away. You can hear the music playing at the ball. Looking ahead, you see the lights kind of flickering, or not flickering, but, the lights kind of dancing in what little breeze there may be. People already along the dance floor, people sitting at a few tables snacking, and you all reach kind of the ball area right as the sun kind of starts to set, and you get the nice pretty oranges flashing across the clouds in the sky.
I'd say Stella would probably hum along with the music in the distance.
Okay.
Maybe also lower down a bit. Like, not necessarily intentionally, but, just like an inch or 2 inches short of the ball.
Yeah.
And she relaxes.
So you get to the area and you see the 2 kids with the flags kind of go, or the big wide flag, they go and they kind of set it up on these small holders that were installed in the stage to where it kind of reads as a banner across it. And they go and find their parents, and you see Dia and Morelli actually walk up on top of the stage, and the music gets a little quieter, but it still plays, and they go, thank you everyone for attending the parade if you went, and attending the ball. We humbly appreciate it. As you all know, this day is in remembrance of a great tragedy that happened to this city, but we are not here to mourn the loss of what we did lose on that day, but we are here to celebrate what came out of it. Fire brings about new growth, and that is really what this day is about, is what comes after the tragedy. So as the sun goes down today, and we celebrate into the night, remember not that the day is now dark and there is no light, but remember that light is coming in the morning, and something new is always better. And on the horizon. Shut up, Tara. you see they kind of each take a small bow, and the music picks back up.
Zavala claps. Claps.
And they go and they sit at a table just off of this stage, the table shared by the figure you saw earlier, Stella. Kind of an older man wearing a deep red shirt.
Atia, the master here.
With that, I will, since you have just introduced him, that is what he looks like.
No. Oh,
A very older
guy.
man with a long beard and kind of gold clips in it.
Indeed.
oh my gosh. And, you know, before showing the picture, in my notes, it just says epic beard braid.
Yep.
Is a required detail.
It is.
So he is sitting at one of the tables, flanked by Dia and Morelli. You see he has like a polished red cane with him.
I would like to know, in case anyone wondered, pretty much as soon as we came to the ballroom, Tara would have found the table that is the most secluded and out of the way and unnoticeable, and immediately parked her butt there.
It's probably the one like literally opposite of the one that Atir, Dia, and Morelli are at. So it's like their table, stage, and then your table just on the other side mirrored, as the tables kind of make like a semicircle.
They're
around
just
kind of
staring
the dance
directly
floor.
across.
You tried so hard to be in the corner away from everybody that you accidentally circumvented the room and sat next to everybody.
Well, the reason they're considered the most secluded is because the trees that flank the stage are kind of near that table. So you almost like are sitting under a tree, and you get a little bit of cover. Like you can't see the stage if you're sitting on the back side of the table.
Right.
So you claim that table as your own, which is easy enough, as most of the civilians who are here for the music sit where they can see the stage. And you see many people already in the kind of cobblestone center dancing to the music that's playing. People cheering. You see many people like sharing stories or talking. And you see people coming out with drinks and snacks. You also all see a nicely dressed Yuri Tora appear on the dance floor. You see she's currently dragging a taller elvish man with like stark white hair who's wearing like a black button-up with rolled up sleeves. Stella and Tara recognize this to be Yuri Tora's brother, Lionel. Although I don't think the other two of you have seen Lionel before.
Probably not.
I don't
That
think
was
you
the-
have.
That was the girl from the Mages Academy.
Yes.
That's Yuri Tora. Lionel is Yuri
Yes.
Tora's brother.
They've
who I don't-
seen Lionel, like, in passing, because, when they first got to the guild, like, he was there, he was sitting, but, like, they never encountered him. Like, it was, like, back to him, because they were like, not that brooding one, the other brooding one.
Gotcha. So this is a picture of Lionel, and actually this is the most skin that any of you have seen on Lionel. He's usually wearing a cloak and long sleeves and gloves. You can actually see kind of arcanic tattoos rolling up both of his arms. And then let me show you Yuri Tora's outfit. You can definitely tell just by the way he's standing. He is uncomfortable. It is probably due to the fact that Yuri Tora most likely picked his outfit and forced him into it and then forced him here. But, you know, he seems content for now. And she's really excited, and she's like trying to get him to dance to the music, and it's not working. He's just kind of sitting there, staring at her. But you see Vibra taking up far too much room on the dance floor, Teke getting drinks from a waiter, Yuritora and Lionel dancing, Dia and Marilli at a table with a tear. Yes, that is who you see currently.
I guess this would be a good time to go and socialize. Lionel, I suppose, looks like he doesn't want to talk to anybody, so I think I would definitely want to go over, making my acquaintance, say my hellos.
Okay.
Me with you.
I want to try to get Yuritori's
Greg wants to go
attention.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try to get Yuritora's attention, you said?
Yeah, without getting up from my spot or without drawing much attention to myself.
Okay. As you think of a way to do that, Tuvala and Greg approach the pair of them, and you first meet eyes with Lionel as he kind of like looks up to you. You see he like instinctively puts a hand on his dagger that he has, and Yuritora kind of notices and turns around and goes, "Oh, hi! Lionel, this is Tuvala and Greg. Guys, this is my brother Lionel. Lionel, they're okay," and kind of hits his hand off of the dagger. You can't see it well in her picture, but you see like she's wearing like cloth pants with like leather pads on the sides of them that are colored red. And he's wearing just like black slacks, but with like leather straps all over them with all kinds of like pockets and knife holsters.
Fair.
It's yeah. He's basically wearing a harness for a robe on top of his dress clothes.
Greg's just gonna be like, I like your weapons.
He kind of like looks you up and he goes, "Yours are okay too."
It's kind of one of those things if you wouldn't notice it until it quite literally happened in front of you. But as his hands slowly move away from the dagger, you know how owls kind of have that thing of they can puff themselves up? You wouldn't be able to see it had you not seen Tuvala beforehand, but as the hand moves like kind of away from it, you see her almost deflate a little bit, kind of calming down. Just not necessarily like I find you aggressive or anything, but you're a new person and I don't know how to feel
Yeah.
about you, so I have my eye on you, and I had a reason. It's okay now. It's
Yeah.
okay now.
Yuritora looks to the two and he goes, "He didn't want to come, but I made him, so I'm trying to get him to dance. It's not really working."
I'm gonna point over. He didn't want to wear any of what I put him in. However, I managed to get it to happen. And I'm
She
just gonna
would
kind
not
of like,
let me bring my sickle.
you don't need a sickle. It's a party.
I only have my war pick.
Lionel looks at Greg and goes, "She made me leave half my knives at home."
Greg's just gonna shake his head like solemnly, like he's just lost something.
Yeah, and Yuritora speaks up to Tuvala and goes, "Yeah, I got him to change shirts, but those are his work pants." She kind of like looks a little bit disgusted. She's like, "At least I got him in a nice shirt."
I see like a loose button, and I like ever so lightly like move toward Lionel, like almost to fix it, and then think about it for a second and place my hands back, look over at Greg, fixes a button.
I'd like to say it feels like Tuvala and Yuritora are doing the thing in Dream Daddy where they're like, "Oh yeah, well this is my daughter's second grade drawing of me. Have you heard what my daughter got on her last math test?" Like that feels like what's happening right now.
It's that I got to dress up my wild boy, and that's currently what's happening.
Look at how
yes.
few
What is-
weapons are
what
on
is-
it.
What's Tara doing? Right now?
Okay, so Tara was
Brooding.
sitting at the table trying to get Uratora's attention, but obviously, as I can tell now, that's not going to happen because the attention
Oh.
is over there. So
Reason
reluctantly,
I was asking is because I
am.
was probably gonna go drag you over there at some point if you're still
No,
sitting
I
in
am
the-
reluctantly going to make my way over.
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna kind of make my way over, and I'm gonna come up and be like, "Uratora, you look great for the festivities." And you can tell like there's a little bit more of like confidence because I'm talking to Uratora. I'm gonna then turn to Lionel and just kind of, and you look good too, and kind of like do like an awkward little like curtsy in my dress that I am still very much not comfortable in.
Okay.
And if I don't trip, we're good.
So the group kind of moves to the side of the dance floor as you get pushed out of the way by people dancing. But Yuritora looks back at you and goes, you look amazing. It's so nice. You see she's like a little confused, having never seen you outside of like robe clothes. And Lionel kind of speaks up and goes, you look nice too.
Thanks. I hand embroidered the edges.
Nice.
Tuvala just kind of looks over at Stella and just nudges the elbow, just, eh? Socializing.
Greg gonna be like show off.
Oh yeah, Stella, did you approach as well?
Do not. If she goes on her own, I'll stay.
Okay, you're back at the table.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll
No, if I approach
My
and
mistake.
Stella doesn't, I'm going to politely. I'm gonna like, for a second time, awkwardly curtsy again, but this time like more rushedly and like awkwardly, and then be excuse me for a second. Something's not right, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna grab Stella and I'm going to like pull her back with me.
See, that's really
And I'm gonna be
difficult 'cause
whispering.
she is slime.
I will grab the dress.
Get a cup and scoop her up.
I'm gonna just grab the dress and be like, if you want to stay in this dress, you will come with me. and just
Fair.
whisper like,
Yuri,
and just
Tora,
whisper-
and Lionel kind of like look over Tuvala's shoulder and see this happen and goes, we could just go over there. I mean, if y'all had a table, we got here too late to find a table.
It might be a little easier.
Okay, and
Well,
you see
in that
the
case,
group
and I
kind
just,
of
like,
starts pushing
drop
over.
Stella. And I lean down closely to Stella and just be like, if I am forced to socialize and you're not, something is not right and hell is frozen over, and that cannot happen.
Bye.
Stella's dies
Oh,
look
it's
slightly more
nothing.
mixed.
I'm more than happy to socialize. See a slight smile on the face.
Yuri Tora at this time comes
Fully
to the table and goes,
fades back to a
Hi, Stella.
Good day. How have you been?
I have been well. How have you been?
Good. Been good.
Have you met my brother? And she kind of grabs Lionel by the shirt and pulls him forward, and he kind of
This
hits the
poor
table.
man.
Yes, I've met Lionel a few times.
She brings me drinks.
The first time I met him was when I first met her, so
Yeah. She goes,
yes,
okay, I'm just trying to get him to, meet people, be less broody, generally have people like him more. So I
Wow.
figured bringing him
No.
here would be great.
that sounds
How
dare
you
really.
was a lovely
unbrood
hobby.
your
That
robe.
sounds really familiar. Give a side glance towards Tara. Tara.
Rogues, am I right? She
Definitely
goes,
the life of the party.
I'm gonna kind of
specifically.
look back.
You're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
what?
I was just gonna say that I kind of like layer back.
She goes, specifically, Lionel, my professor is going to be here today, so I need you to be nice, okay? He's supposed to be here, and I wanted you to meet him, because he doesn't really leave the tower, and I thought it would be really cool for you to be able to meet him. And he
That's
goes,
cool.
fine.
Your professor's going to be here?
Oh, yeah, sorry, So at the Whirlpool Wizarding Academy, I hate that name, it just gets stuck in your mouth. There's one professor, his name is Ediril, and he pretty much never leaves the school except for this holiday and a couple of other very rare occasions. So I really want him to meet Lionel, considering Lionel is paying my way to go to his school. So, you know, he's pretty cool. He's very powerful.
Your robing will pay for your sister, Lionel?
So the old geezer knows how to have fun after all.
I'm not sure. I think he's supposed to be here for the ball. I'm not 100% sure. I remember he told us that he would be away from the school today because he had a dinner to go to. So he's definitely going to the dinner, but I assumed he would be here, but I haven't seen him yet. So keep your eyes out for a really old guy wearing blue robes. Or maybe not blue. He might be in black.
Maybe you can
Really
get a dance
old
in
guy.
with him.
What?
Really?
Maybe you can get a dance in with him.
I
if you're
really
lucky.
do not want to do that.
Oh, why not?
Because he's really old.
Maybe.
He's an elf.
It
I'm
might cause
pretty
him to
sure
break a
he's
hip.
like at least 700.
Ooh.
Oh. Do you
Yeah,
think he might have
no,
been around
like,
the time of
that-
the original day?
The age gap is no. What'd you say, Tavalla?
Do you think he might have been old enough to be here for the actual original day of Ash?
I think he told us about this. He was alive when it happened. I don't think he was here when it happened. But I think he like heard about it shortly after.
Yeoman introduces tragic backstory of old wizard man.
Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the school was actually already operational by the time the fire struck. I'm sorry, I don't know how much y'all know. The fire happened only like 2 centuries ago. Lionel kind of like nods and goes, even I was alive for it. I was, you know, barely alive, but I was 4 or 5 when it happened. I wasn't here. I was in my home village. But word spread.
Where's your
about
home village?
It's in the Moontide Jungle.
Oh,
Greg is
interesting.
also from there.
I doubt from the same village, but
No, Greg apologizes if you've ever met the Grung around there.
I've met a few.
Mm.
But I have never been to their home turf.
I do not advise it.
That's what I've heard.
Duval
And
is
Greg's just
shaking her
gonna
head,
kind of
"No,
like
no, 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 no."
nod and stare, like blankly. Just
But yeah, it happened about 200 years ago. So it's a relatively recent event, but that's when, kind of just after that, is when Capital City really took off. And that's when it became popular. The city, not the holiday and tragedy. It was more of a day of mourning for probably the first 10, 15 years before it became a celebration.
Of course, of course.
But yeah, I believe Ediril would have been very alive and well when it happened.
Ediril?
The professor,
Yeah.
Ediril. I believe
That is.
his school was made, like it was founded 500 years ago-ish, give or take.
That's such a long time. Oh, I really, you know what, Uratora, I really would like to learn even more. I know you tell me about your school every time, but I think I would like to learn more about it. And on that note, Uratora, would you like to go with me to get some refreshments for the group? And I just kind of like don't even wait for a reply. I just kind of like grab her by the wrist and kind of like pull her with me.
She goes, oh, okay. Lionel, be nice. As she gets dragged away. And he's
Okay.
just kind of standing there like,
Nothing much. That's
Okay.
nothing much to gas about. Like her, one of 3 friends.
he's just sitting there counting like, there's 3 of you. I don't. Okay. That's.
Where are the
Understand.
refreshments and what's there?
There's just kind of one of the tables in a semicircle, kind of the bottommost table of the semicircle. Just has like small things like it has crackers, cheeses. It's basically a charcuterie board, and then there's like a bowl of punch, basically.
Okay,
I would say there's
I'm gonna
probably
start-
2 of them. One is alcoholic, one is not.
I'm going to start filling glasses with the non-alcoholic punch, getting Yuratora to kind of like hold the cups as I pour, and while I am on the opposite side of the table of where most people would be, kind of reaching over, I'm just gonna kind of quietly just, kind of start to talk. Like, you can see that, like, I hesitated for a while and I got really quiet first, but then I start to talk to Yuratora, like,
Is this back at the table or at the refreshments?
no, at the punch.
At the punch. Okay.
Yeah, so, just kind of like, you know, you've told me a lot about your school, and the magic that you learn is really interesting.
She takes one of the drinks. Thank you. You said you wanted to know more about it. What else did you wanna?
Well, as you know, I know a tiny bit of magic, but
Right.
wizarding itself seems quite interesting.
Yeah. She takes a second drink. She casts Mage Hand and gives her Mage Hand one of the drinks. So now she's carrying 3. She goes, it's definitely interesting. It takes a long time to master from what I've been told. I'm definitely not the best at it. It's taken me 3 or 4 years, and I'm not very good at it. I'm okay at some magics, and then others I just blow up in my face.
Could you tell me a
Literally.
bit about what you have to do to become a wizard?
Lots
it-
of studying.
Is
Lots
there like
of
a patronage or anything?
well, I mean, if you're interested in the school, you kind of have to get your foot in the door first and become a wizard, and then prove yourself to Eateril. That's the hard part, because you have to get his attention, and he also has to have an opening, which I'm not sure if there's an opening in the school right now. He can only take on so many students, you know, because he's only one guy. There's typically 6 students enrolled at a time.
Are they always younger?
No, actually, I'm the second youngest student. There. Granted, many of the older ones are much higher level than I. He does kind of teach classes, but a lot of it is actually one-on-one. That's why he only takes on 6 students. That, and there's only 6 dorm rooms in the tower. So
That's fascinating.
yeah,
You must
when-
have learned quite a lot of crafty skills in order to put your brother in that shirt. He does look quite nice, doesn't he?
He does. I'm actually very proud of him. I didn't even have to cast command.
You would do that?
Oh, absolutely. He needs to take better care of himself, she says as she starts to walk back towards the table, currently carrying 3 drinks.
You kind of see like a small little smile play at the side of my lips. I could take care of him. But out of earshot, and then we walk back. I'm also holding like
You
Wait,
try
how many
to
people are
flirt
we?
with him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm also holding 3 drinks.
How are
Mine
you
is
holding
not
3
spicy.
drinks? I want to know how you're
Mine
holding
is
3 drinks.
Have you
One's
seen
in my
what's been
elbow.
going on in the group chat?
One's in my elbow.
Wait, which group chat? There's like 17 different group chats.
The Discord. We've all been flirting.
Oh, no, I have not been paying attention to that whatsoever.
For the last like 10 minutes, we've all been talking about flirting with Lionel.
I have not seen any of it. So
Neither
you get.
have I.
We were joking that Tara and Greg have the same taste in men, and that's somehow horrible, but also really funny.
Do y'all have any conversation with Lionel as they're off getting drinks?
Yeah, so it's mostly just Tuvala feels very touched to hear he's like taking care of his sister, like he's paying her way through schooling, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So Lionel, I overheard that you're the one paying for your sister's education. Are there any parents in the picture? I'm sorry if it's too touching to ask.
Oh, not at all. There were, till about 4 or 5 years ago. We share a mother, who unfortunately passed 4 or 5 years ago.
Sorry.
Her father wasn't in the picture since
What
she
an
was
age
born.
gap.
And then, my father, I believe, is still alive. I haven't had contact with him in probably almost a century at this point. But last I heard, he was alive. But yeah, our mother unfortunately died of disease a few years ago. So,
A tear's coming down. Oh.
that's
Oh.
actually why Yuritora wanted to become a wizard, because she heard magic can heal disease. So, I don't have the heart to tell her no, I guess. You see as he
Can you
takes,
write?
like, a small flask out of one of his leather pockets and takes a swig.
Greg's gonna like try to catch his attention and like do the thing like lean down. I want to tell you a secret.
He leans down
I-
after taking a swig of something alcoholic.
Can I actually roll for stealth? Because I don't want it
Sure.
to be heard.
Okay, yeah. Roll for
Like
stealth.
I don't care. I don't care if y'all hear. Oh, but I don't want it to be heard like in game. I made a 19. I just don't.
No
know
one
if I
hears
fucking
it.
Plus 3, so 22.
No one hears
And
it.
perfect and like perfect grammar. Like absolutely fine. Greg's gonna be like, y'all seem like really nice people. If you ever need anything, just let me know. And slip him a business card.
I love.
And when he goes to stand back up, Greg's gonna be like, you are very kind. Greg would like to be your friend.
He kind of like looks at the business card, flips it over as everyone does, and just kind of like nods and nice.
I love how people watching the stream could immediately know where we're from because you said in perfect grammar,
I know, I didn't
and
mean
then you
to
started
say
it
y'all.
off with y'all.
I didn't mean to say y'all, but he's gonna lean down and Greg's gonna,
Okay,
just gonna
okay,
be like,
look,
you two
look.
seem really
Look,
nice.
the
If you
South-
ever
the
need
South is a
anything,
pretty
just
big
let
place.
me know.
Mm.
And then
the
go
South,
back to fake
Y'all
stupid
is
frog.
perfect grammar.
It
And
really
just
is.
go back to like fake like Greg thinks this is really cool party.
I would like to state that I am in college. I am in college for an English education degree. I am currently in descriptive English grammar, where they tell you the ins and outs of every single thing that is correct and wrong and things that you had no idea were even a thing. And we are learning in this class that y'all is correct. So,
Yeah.
come at me.
I currently work with people from all over the country and people I think from out of the country, and it's so weird because I have to stop myself from saying y'all in all of our group chats.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Listen,
I
don't.
feel like I do though,
You don't.
but I
if
feel
you're
like I
ever, if you're any kind of northerner or anything else, and you talk to a group of southerners, you will subtly, subconsciously
Yeah.
even make us uncomfortable if you don't include at least a y'all. We'll
Yeah.
notice immediately.
do. Yeah, kind of.
No, but
So
one of the
Lionel
first things
kind
I
of-
decided on Greg is he's gonna fake stupid. And it's like one day, he's gonna be talking about fucking Tavala and be like, yeah, I mean, she's pretty cool, but if I play dumb, like, I don't have to really keep up with as much, like, socially. And someone's gonna be like, oh, hey, Greg, and Greg's gonna be like, oh, hello, I am Greg. just straight in and
That's
out of it.
amazing.
It was like the second
Yes.
thing I ever came up with about Greg was that
Greg.
he's not stupid, but he just doesn't want to keep up with it socially and pretends
Greg.
to be.
Greg pretends to be stupid, so Tavalla will take better care of Greg.
Literally, yes.
Yeah. So you see Lionel kind of take your card, flip it over, just kind of like nod his head and admiration, but not really admiration, knowing that you two have something in common. And he kind of slips it in
You
one
kill
of his
people.
many pockets,
Yes.
closes it up.
the art
um,
of death.
Before
Posh
just
business.
a minute later, unless y'all have anything else to say to him,
Not particularly, no.
Greg's just chilling.
about a minute later, Stella and Tara come back. You see Stella's mage hand kind of places one of the cups down in front of Lionel, where he's sitting.
Wait,
um,
who's?
Lionel?
No. Who's
Tara
making-
and Yuri Torres. Yuri Tora had
No
cast
one
mage.
knows what's happening.
I didn't know such thing.
Yeah, no. Yuri Tora was holding 3 glasses. She had one in her left hand, one in her
Okay,
right,
yeah.
and then she cast Mage Hand to grab a third one.
My elbow, and I'm gonna do well if I
gotcha.
don't spill it on someone.
Yeah. So you all get your drinks. They are the non-alcoholic version because of Tara's discretion.
How dare you?
It's me. I drink tea at a tavern,
The war frog needs
and I went to go
alcohol.
get drink with Uratora, a child.
The trained killer war
She's
frog
like
needs alcohol. How dare
14.
you?
Duvala
Tuvala
that's
looks a little
barely a
grateful that it's
child.
not alcoholic.
She is 14. That's a child.
That young.
Do y'all know how old Greg is?
Not a
I
clue.
don't think I ever.
Nope.
Good.
I don't know, and I'm the DM.
Oh, I thought you knew.
I also have the memory of a goldfish.
I'm gonna DM you it real quick.
You want
Like
the
you forget
alkies,
after
but can't
2
have the alkies. Because no one let me have the alkies.
The Alkies.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bad.
Does Tuvala know?
Not what I was expecting.
Did you see the second DM?
Yeah, I did.
What? Well, it makes sense.
It does. It
Like, it
just
is
threw
fine.
me off at first.
I know. No, because I looked up like the lifespan and I was like, oh no. Because I didn't want to old man him.
Yeah. So, a bit later, if there's no conversation that y'all particularly want to have with these two, you kind of make small talk for probably about 20 minutes before you see one of the twins, hard to tell from this distance, kind of walks up onto the stage and goes, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a special guest with us today. We have a few, but the first one has officially arrived. Let me make sure that I'm getting everything correct with his information.
If I stay silent for a few minutes, yell at me because I'm turning my mic off so I can drink without, like, in the
Okay.
mic.
She goes, we would like to humbly announce Gronmit of the Talabrate
Gromit?
Architects. Gronmit.
Will Wallace?
I know!
Gronmit.
He is?
An architect from Talabrake. Please, if you see him, give him your respect.
Give him their
and,
cheese, yes.
A warm capital city welcome.
I'm just crackers.
Thank you. And you see a dwarvish man who's bald, or balding at least. He has like a little bit of hair on the sides and the back, but nothing up top. It's like polished. With long braided beard, kind of in the center. You see he has 2 hand axes attached to his waist. And he's currently like downing a drink that's fairly large. But you see as the announcement kind of comes through, he kind of raises his glass to everyone. And let me show you what he looks like and his name, so that everyone knows what I'm talking about. There we go. No, it's not
Ronmit.
Gromnit.
Oh,
Gromit.
it's in Gromit.
Gromnit. Wait,
My
did I misspell his
milkmaid.
name?
There's no way I'm going to wind up pronouncing that right because it's too close to Gromit.
I get inspiration because
yeah.
I'm the only one who says it right.
Yes, because that's how the game works.
So you
Oh,
see, he kind of takes a short bow after the announcement, downs
did,
his drink, and then goes to get another.
Another!
What is that sound?
It sounds kind of like a
Is anyone
platypus.
cooking?
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure.
it's gotta be someone's fan, but I hear it too.
I don't know. Now it's gone. Is that Greg?
It shouldn't.
Is it Wolf?
Back.
I don't know.
Not me.
It's weird.
If it was me, I wouldn't.
Greg
be able
was
to hear it.
muted.
So you see Gronmit goes and gets another drink, and then he actually goes and sits at the table where Atir, Dia, and Marilli are currently sitting.
I suppose we should head over there. Just try to meet him.
I am going to stay seated here.
I was gonna say, y'all don't. I'm not trying to force you to do anything, but I'm trying to give you more than enough opportunity to roleplay if you want. With any number of NPCs that you want.
Tuvala has a hobby of making friends, and
Savala hasn't
She
gone
was-
to go see Teke yet.
Tuvala's saving that. But someone was just introduced to the entire room. So it's essentially like someone ringing the dinner bell, just, hello.
Okay. So you're gonna go over to the high table.
Yes, I'd love to. I guess especially meet Gronmit.
Okay. You walk up and you see Dia and Marilli both kind of like look at you with a quick glance. What's your passive perception?
Passive is.
Chili.
Why is it fighting me? Sorry, it's 13.
13. As you're kind of approaching, you see both Dia and Marilli instantly kind of snap their head to make eye contact with you. As you see, as they recognize you, both their hands get off of their blades that they've been hiding. You can tell they're sitting by a tier for formality reasons and probably a little bit of protection. In such a public place. But you, as you're kind of walking up, you're kind of walking up to the back of Gronmit, and as he sees that the two people recognize someone, he kind of turns around and looks at you, and now you have the attention of all four of the people at the table.
Tuvala Strix, at your service. A pleasure to meet you on this fine night.
You see Gronmit kind of sticks his hand and goes, "It's nice to meet you. I'm Gronmit, of the Architects, if you're familiar. It's a pleasure to be here."
I can't say I am too familiar. What is it that you do?
Oh, so the Architects are kind of the council of dwarves that oversee the two dwarvish cities in the Forged Mountains. I myself am from, let me make sure I get it right, because I don't want to get it wrong.
I thought you were actually saying Schlemmelemon. I was like, no, stop
No.
it.
I myself am from Taylor Break. There's also several of us from Radel Break. And they sound really similar. It's just because of the way the Dwarvish translates to common. Think nothing
I
of.
see.
But I am a humble visitor on this fine occasion. But if you're ever in the area, have one of these fine people reach out to me, and I'll make sure that you are welcomed.
I will have to do so. Is there a lot of security about this realm?
About this what?
A lot of security about this realm?
Not particularly. They're a bit skeptic of any non-dwarves in the area. It's something that our cities need to work on, but let me know if you're coming, and I'll try to get you some VIP status, if you will.
Ooh, how fancy. You truly know how to treat a lady.
He kind of like gives
And-
you a wink and a small bow.
And then you said old man is at this table as
Yes, a tier is also like currently just kind of watching you.
well?
I just real quick. I love how everyone is using this party to like try to get flirted. I everyone except for Stella's like, hey there.
Yeah,
I'm not
mean-
hey-thering.
I was a bit out of it at the moment.
You're literally waiting for a chance with the dragon lady.
Oh, whatever. There's a time and a place for everything. I'm mostly just trying to make my acquaintances.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out whose mic is doing that.
Yeah.
Greg.
It's Greg's.
Why is it Greg's?
I
It's
don't
your
know.
fan.
I think it's picking up your fan. Do you want to use
No.
Discord audio so that you get the better sound dampening stuff?
Sure.
Cool. I'm muting you in the other call.
I
So
feel
just
like there was a reason we weren't discording with that one.
it's because there was a small delay between their camera and their voice, but also their face is currently covered, so it makes less of a difference.
That makes sense.
Fair.
And the ticka driving me insane.
Yeah, it was actually making me lose my mind. But you see a
Right.
tear kind of give a nod to you, Tavala.
A curtsy back. Don't talk too much, old timer.
He kind of chuckles to himself and goes, I talk just fine.
And what is your part in all this, if you don't mind me asking? Just trying to meet everyone I can.
I am but an observer here.
Observe anything interesting so far?
Lots of interesting people.
Fair. He says to the like 6 foot tall owl.
Yeah.
My thoughts specifically.
What's your passive insight?
That, my dear friend, is 13 as well.
13?
Mhm.
Just general vibes of the table. You can just kind of tell Dia and Marilli are both a little on edge with this entire conversation. Gronmit, everything is going over his head. He's just focused on his alcohol. But Atir is very comfortable. Yeah, that's what you
Okay.
glean.
Yeah.
I do kind of want to, like, I guess, move my way over to Marilli and just see if I can ask, is there any particular reason to be so on guard tonight? Anything we should worry about?
Not that we know of. We're just always a little on edge in big public spaces with our important. She kind of like whispers back to you. Do you know who this man is?
Not particularly beyond my introduction.
He's the founder of the guild. So we're always a little on edge because he's kind of our boss, and also we assume he's made some enemies over the years.
A fair assumption.
And, you know, just generally speaking, he's nerve-wracking to be around. We love him to death, but he's very intimidating.
I could glean that. He definitely gave me that vibe.
So, just know who he is. Don't be disrespectful, and I think everything's fine. We're just trying to stick to him just in case an old friend of his decides to show up.
Understandable. Well, in that case, know you have my team's aid.
Thank you.
And please try to enjoy yourself. We worked hard to decorate this place.
Oh, it looks wonderful. We have been enjoying ourselves as much as our nerves will allow, trust me.
Greg specifically did all of the hand finger paint himself. Isn't that right, buddy?
Greg did lots of sticky.
I didn't even realize Greg was over there.
I didn't realize either.
I
Greg's
figured you
just gonna. Greg,
you
who's
followed me
also
everywhere
been
else.
sitting at the table with Tara, is gonna be like, Greg was covered in paint, and then just go back to his drink.
I'm used to the entire party being up my ass and not particularly. I'm gonna leave this.
You see, as you say that, Marilla is kind of
This
just...
is Greg's first sugary
She's
drink.
like,
He's going to enjoy it.
Is the paint now toxic? Should we be concerned?
Don't eat it. Otherwise, you should be fine.
It's fine.
Okay. She kind of like looks around real quick, looking for children.
Mm-hmm. I imagine they'd be allowed to join in.
Oh, there's
On the
children here.
paint.
She's mostly looking to see if any children are actively licking any paint.
Grab some lollipops, bring them over.
It only stings a little.
You just poisoned
just
37 children.
Actually, they'll just get tired.
Yeah.
Like, if you ingest a small amount, it just makes you really lethargic.
Yeah.
Good, them children need a nap.
Yeah.
Yes, still like a bucket of paint, it's fine.
With that being said, is there any more conversation that anyone wants to have before we take our 10-15 minute break, and then when we pick up, we will move on to the dinner that follows the ball.
I think we're good for now.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Will it
Zavala,
be
you
too
didn't
late to
have
talk to
your-
Teke?
I was about to say you didn't have your conversation with Teke.
If you want to go from Marili's table to Teke, that's perfectly understandable. You see, she's kind of like walking around the edge between like the dance floor and the tables, kind of talking to a few people, frequenting the drink station. But you are free to approach if you would like.
Sure, I'll keep it short and sweet. Just, I'll try to just grab a cup to match whatever Teke particularly has, not necessarily sipping from it too much, and just. Sorry, I looked at Wolf's ADHD kicking into overdrive.
Sorry.
Bye. Goodness.
So bit.
I'm of course going to have to compliment that dress. Teke, dear, you look lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Having fun, enjoying the decorations?
I am. I'm sorry. It's Zavala, right?
I was hoping you'd remember me. You were a little less than sober whenever we first talked.
I vaguely remember our interaction.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. A light bow, wings slightly flourish. Tuvala Strix.
She
At
kind
your
of
undying
returns the
service.
bow. She returns the bow and goes, I'm Teke, but you seem to know that already.
Yes, I will say I do hope we will be able to work together in the future, as you seemed a little preoccupied last time.
A little. I have a post-job ritual, if you will. Helps recover.
Oh, no judgment here, completely understandable. And I'll take a light sip, and it obviously is a little stronger than I meant. And just, well, keep in mind, I'm just curious to see what those claws can do.
Just interested in the claws, and you see she takes a sip, and as she takes a sip, she like breathes out a tiny bit of fire. You can actually see the alcohol in her mouth catches fire, and just like a little bit of smoke kind of pours out of the sides of her mouth, and then she swallows and she kind of blows, and a little bit of smoke comes out of her nose as well.
Maybe we'll have to see a little more than that. And I'm going to, almost magician's like, a small rose to hand over.
God, I thought you were gonna coin behind her ear, and I was like, please, please, Alpha, move right now. Coin from behind the ear.
What kind of flower is it? Did you say?
Oh, I didn't say, just
Said a rose.
a nice red rose. If I can have a little bit of black around the edges, it'd be beautiful.
You see, she takes it. She kind of takes it and makes sure that there's not a ton of stem, but enough. And she kind of like pins it to her dress just above, just on the like left strap. She goes, "Thank you, ma'am."
I'll say until our next meeting.
She kind of tips her glass to you, and she takes another heavy sip and goes back and gets more alcohol.
Alright, Tuvala's had her interaction.
Okay. With that being said, we are going to go ahead and take our break, and then when we come back, we will do the dinner that is after the ball. So, thank you all for being here. We will see you in a few minutes. Cool. So, as we go to break, y'all are free to leave. I'm gonna do my sponsor stuff. Like, if you want to turn off your camera or anything, go for it. But just as a reminder for everyone watching, this stream is sponsored by our friends at HelloFresh. There is a code both on the screen and in chat. If you want to do the exclamation point HelloFresh, it'll give you the code and a link. Using that link helps support me and the rest of these guys to play D&D every week and to make it the best that we can for you. The code will give you 70% off and free shipping on your first box. So just as a reminder, HelloFresh is a wonderful, wonderful service where you can get meals perfectly portioned and recipe delivered to your door every week. Me and my wife use it every single week for 4 of our meals. I think we get 4 on average per box, but they have delicious meals. They have a full fall selection right now. They're also on average about 70 to 72% cheaper, and also help keep down on food waste, which is a huge problem with traditional grocery shopping. I can't recommend them enough. It's a wonderful service. It's gotten me to try a lot more foods, so it is picky eater proof, as they like to say, but I'm a super picky eater and I love near everything they send to us. And if you believe, you can log into their website and pick and choose what you get every week. Or if you don't want to do that, or you want to be surprised, they do automatically fill your box every week with 4 of their recipes, or however many you subscribe for. I don't think you have to get 4. So if you know you don't like something, you can deselect it and select something else to take its place, or get a small box. It's really up to you. It's super customizable support for filtering for the most popular of allergies, although some of them aren't in there, so just keep that in mind. Plans are super flexible. You can pause deliveries if you need. We had to do that when we were moving. We had to pause deliveries for a few weeks. But, there's also limited edition HelloFresh baking kits. Didn't know that. So I might need to check that out. So they are going to continue help supporting the stream for the next 2, maybe 3 weeks. So look out for that, as well as I might attempt, I would like to, but we'll see how it goes, to do a cooking stream with a HelloFresh recipe. But we will see about that. So thank you again to HelloFresh. Use the code in the panels down below the Twitch stream, in the chat, and on the screen for 70% off and free shipping on your first order. So thank you, HelloFresh, and we will be back in just a few. We're gonna be on
I'm
this
still
screen
here.
because people want to. Oh, your camera's off, so I thought you weren't here. Well,
eating a
someone
banana.
wants to entertain stream, so we're gonna be on this screen. So entertain stream. Go ahead.
I am not here.
Didn't think this far ahead, did you?
No. I'm not a very entertaining person. Chat,
This music reminds me of Star Wars.
if you're
It's so
ready
cold
to
on my
watch
teeth.
some more fun D&D, give a hoot hoot in the chat.
No one's.
I take personal
doing
offense
that.
to that.
Well, go date Duolingo and get out of here.
I was thinking Hootie from Owl House, not gonna lie.
Owl House Hootie.
There is a
is
connection
amazing.
between the two of them,
Owl House is amazing.
and technically it was
Yes.
made official.
I still haven't watched all of it, so don't spoil it. I'm on
neither
the
have I.
second season.
Wait,
Look.
there's a connection between what and what?
Hootie and Duolingo.
What?
What?
Well, basically, I think there was like some banter back and forth where they were doing like fan art of each other, like together and whatnot, like the different like the things. Anyway, and then in the new thing, they actually made a reference to it in the newest one, so it's like technically officially canon that they have a connection.
That's
Duolingo
interesting.
officially connected.
Duolingo
Canon.
is canon in the lore of Owl House.
Yeah, I think it's like to be fair though, the app in Owl House looks like it's possessed or something.
I don't doubt it.
I haven't seen-
Duolingo's been yelling at me for 2 weeks straight because I haven't been practicing enough.
Well, you haven't been practicing enough, have you?
No, I haven't. I've been too busy. For even 4 minutes a day.
Tisk. What language are you going after?
Greek.
With
Also,
Duolingo, you can.
No, shut up.
also, I want to say, I
Well,
feel like your plan backfired on you. We are
What?
not very entertaining. We've lost
Mhm.
members.
No, we haven't. We're still at 9.
Wait, it
We're
said
at
7
9.
for me. It said 7 for me till just a second ago.
It's so
Oh,
inaccurate.
This
We
is
haven't
sus.
lost any.
It's sus.
But no one said hoot hoot in
No
the
one
chat,
said
so
hoot
I don't
hoot.
even think they're real.
It's all a lie.
It's so embarrassing. You want them to type that?
Okay, if you're watching and you're in the chat and you give a crap about us, type literally anything so that we know that you're not fake.
Wait a minute.
Why did we just drop to 6?
Guys, I just spammed my keyboard with a bunch of buttons, and it took my text and made a link out of it.
Yeah, it's because you have a period in there.
That'll do it.
They're all fake.
Brandon's alive.
That's
They're
your
all fake.
first chat?
For now.
It's all a lie. The foundation is onto us.
Well, it
What
dropped
foundation?
to 6, but now it's back up to 8.
The
so-
foundation.
Yeah, no, it's... The viewer count on Twitch is super buggy.
Mm.
Like, it gives a rough
Mhm.
estimation. Like, it's okay to look at if you're like a big streamer, because you can see the difference between, 20,000 and 30,000 people, but it's so, like, it takes a while for stuff to update, so it's just weird.
Mhm.
So, I heard Bunny's voice.
Yes.
Okay,
There is no cam.
so your camera is not on. I assume that's because you're eating
is
or
not.
something.
I'm
There we
drinking
go.
water and I have not put my mask back on yet.
Okay, well, we can go ahead and
It'd be
get
4.0.
started again. And then just whenever you're ready to turn your cam back on, you can.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, the night continues. Much more dancing, much more music, many, many more drinks for many, many people. But eventually, a lot of people kind of start to leave, and you see Marilli and Dia kind of walk back up to the stage and go, thank you everyone for coming. This is the end of the official ball. With that being said, we're not going to kick you out, but from here on out, we will not be refreshing whatever food and drink is over there. Whatever is there for it is it for the night. We unfortunately have some other things to attend to, but thank you all so much for coming. We appreciate all of your support and everything that you do for this city. It means a lot to all of us. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Have a good night, and please be safe on your way home. And they both kind of do a short bow, and they exit the side of the stage. You see a Tyr and Gronmit kind of stand up with them, and they start making their way back towards the, not the guild hall, but there is a building near the guild hall, which is where they're having the dinner. And we will say that you have been given this location, so you can make your way there.
And make our way we shall.
Okay. So it's not far from the guild hall. It's maybe a 5-minute walk from there.
Wait, is your Tora going to the dinner?
I mean, if y'all would have stayed with Yuritora and Lionel throughout the night, yes, they are going to the dinner, and you can go with them and arrive together if you want.
Okay. I would like to do that. I just wanted to make sure I didn't just say goodbye. But yes, I would like to stay with them.
Okay. So you all kind of go with the two of them, and you all come to this decent-sized like dinner hall. You see the lights on inside, and as you kind of walk in, you see it's a warmly lit room with kind of a longer table up front with a fireplace on the back wall already lit. And you see kind of, as you come in, you see Marilli and Dia. They are sitting, I believe I took... Yeah, you see Dia on the far, like, back left, Marilli on the back right, and then a Tyr on the back of the table center, just in front of the fireplace. Like, he's sitting, like, 10 feet in front of the fireplace. It does look like there is assigned seating, roughly. You see Lionel kind of moves over to the third seat on the left, and Yuritora sits in the fourth seat just next to him. Marilli kind of, before she sits down, she kind of speaks up to the four of you and goes, we left the four on the end for you. These other ones are unfortunately kind of reserved. Greg, I believe you were assigned there, and she points next to Lionel. Tavala next to him, Stella, and Tara, you're on this side. Tara, you're at the end. We figured you'd be more comfortable there.
Yeah, you thought.
So
Greg's
if
gonna be
you're
like, yes.
if you're looking at the table
Important.
from like the top, it's like Greg, then Tavala, and then on the other side, Stella and Tara. So Yuritora and Lionel sit down. Gronmit sits down next to Marilli. And then maybe 30 seconds later, you see Teke come in and sit next to Gronmit. Before a few minutes pass, and you see a young-looking halfling walk in. Kind of this... Let me see. Like a dark red hair with glasses that seem to have like a blue tint. Currently carrying a heavy tome with a big smile across the face. Silver earrings in both ears with one kind of up top. they look to be wearing kind of a red shirt with black accents across it. And they kind of look at all of you and go, "Oh, hi. Takes a quick bow. I'm Xana. Xana. Hi. Nice to meet some of you." And then kind of waves at a tear. And they run and they sit down next to, in between Teke and Stella. And you see, as soon as they kind of like sit down, they take a quick glance up and down the table, and then they like look at Stella and go, "Oh wow, hi, I'm Xana. I already said that. I'm sorry. Hi."
Pleasure to meet you.
And this is what Xana looks like. You're interesting. Where are you from?
Originally it was, gosh darn, I forgot the name of the stupid swamp. But
The
that
Misted
place,
Forest?
yes, originally the Misted Forest, but I've spent most of my time west of here,
Interesting.
at least in the civilized world, anyway.
So does that mean you're not from a civilized? Are there more of you?
Not that I'm aware of.
Interesting. You see, she opens, or they open this large tome, and they start just scribbling notes in it. And then a few minutes pass of mostly awkward silence, before you see the doors kind of open again, and an elderly elvish man kind of saunters in, and this is the last guest of the dinner, as there is only one table open, or one seat open, I apologize. And you all are smart enough to recognize this as the one that you were told about earlier, Edaril. You see he carries a silver chalice in his hand, kind of swept back hair with a small patch of hair on his chin, yellow eyes, with mostly black robes with a little bit of red and gold in it. This is his outfit. Quite pale, but pretty good looking for an apparently very old elf. And he takes his seat next, in between Dia and Yuritora. And then Dia and Morelli kind of stand up and go, "Thank you everyone for coming. As you all know, this dinner is a very private one compared to the rest of our celebrations, but we do appreciate all of our guests. Everyone, we typically go through introductions. I know some of you know each other, but we would like to do it anyway. I'm Dia, and I'm Morelli. This is the founder, Atir," and he kind of just nods. Dia points and goes, "This is Professor Edaril of the Whirlpool Wizarding Academy. Seated next to him is Yuritora, a student of the Academy, as well as sister to one of our guild members, Lionel. Next to him is a new member, or new two members, I'm sorry, Greg and Tuvala Strix." And then Morelli speaks up. "And everyone seated next to me today is Gronmit of Taylor Break, the Architects. Seated next to him, Teke, then Xana, the researcher from the Eastern Shores, I believe it's called. Sorry, just trying to double check. Yes, the researcher from the Eastern Shores. Then two new members, Stella and Terra. Well, Terra's been with us for some time, but just still getting a footing. With that,
And I blush extra hard because there was a emphasis stayed on my name for a few seconds longer than everyone else, and I am very uncomfortable.
Clearly.
they say,
Maybe even intentionally.
and with that, they kind of like look over to what looks to be like a waiter, kind of waiting for a signal next to a kitchen door that's kind of almost like behind Lionel and Yuritora. And they just kind of like nod over to him, and he dips into the kitchen. And about 30 seconds later, several platters are brought out with the first course of the meal. And you see some people kind of slowly start talking back and forth. If there's any conversations that you would like to have with anyone, now is the time.
Not gonna lie, Tara's gonna remain very, very quiet and not really talk to anyone. Maybe try to catch a few looks up at Yuritora and smile, maybe a few looks at Lionel. But I'm not gonna keep to herself. But me as a character is really, really interested in little boy who sat next to Stella. So if someone could engage in that conversation for me,
Well,
that'd
I will
be
say,
great.
throughout the night, you catch Yuritora's attention, and you see she's like leaning over towards Iridil, I'm sorry, and you see she's like talking with him, and then you meet her gaze, like you get eye contact, and then you realize that Iridil is also looking at you as they're whispering back and forth. Other than that, Xana is extremely interested in Stella and will pester you with questions all dinner long.
Of course.
But to say, I'm only across the table from Xana, aren't I?
You're across the table and 2 people down from Xana. So you're directly across from Tara.
Yeah, you're on the end cap with me.
Here, actually, I can... Let me try to...
Seating chart.
I have a seating chart, that's the thing. I'm just trying to make sure... Because it's in, like, a table format, so I need to make sure that it's okay once I show it to you all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Where's the add column button? There we go. There is a seating chart of where everyone is. I'm gonna close it on stream, but there it is.
Wait, I don't.
It's on the Roll20.
Oh.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. Sorry, it's kind of hard to describe that kind
Yeah.
of thing when it's like, oh, this person sit here, this person sit here, but you're more than welcome to talk amongst the entire table, though secret conversations would be hard unless they're sitting next to you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I definitely would like to ask, you said Xana?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to ask, so, I see you have a certain fascination with our teammate over there?
Oh, yes, I have fascination with anything, interesting.
I'm gonna interject. I'm sorry. Anything?
Well, anything, anyone. I meant no offense. I study the
Take it.
world, not...
Of course. Well, we do have quite an interesting friend, don't we? Winks over at Stella.
Oh, very. You're all interesting. I've never seen a... I'm sorry, ooze? Slime? What?
Something of the sort. I'm not entirely sure myself.
I've
You're not
never-
sure.
I've never seen anyone quite like Stella.
It makes two of us. You give
Well,
off a
I've-
slight.
She kind of like readjusts her glasses really quick. I. You're all very interesting, and if you would like, I'd love to talk with many of you. I'm not sure if the dinner table, kind of like looking down at Dia, Marilli, and Atir, like, is the best place for research, but figured I'm sitting next to Stella.
Do you
I can ask a few
research?
questions. Yes, I am a researcher from the Eastern Shores.
Yes. What specifically do you research? Or just anything?
Literally anything that is interesting. I don't have much else other than research at the current moment.
What's your most recent venture then?
I've been studying the stars.
Stars.
The stars, the moons, the suns, anything.
What's your sign?
I'm sorry, I said I was studying them, not fascinating or fantasizing about them.
D&D.
Greg's gonna lean over to Tavala and be like, they don't know what their sign is.
Duvala's ears perk up at the mention of the moon. Just beautiful.
Ignores
isn't
Greg.
she? Mhm.
No, I'm sorry, what was that?
The moon, beautiful, isn't she?
It most definitely is. You refer to it as a sheep?
Oh, druid of the moon circle.
Oh, I'm
my
sorry.
people. No, of course, my
Sorry.
people study her.
She quickly, like, you see, like, she opens her book and scribbles something, trying not to break eye contact with you, but is still scribbling notes, like, under the table.
We believe she watches over us and gives us power.
Interesting. So, do you think it's a creature then?
More of a, I wouldn't say god.
Feeling.
More of a being of nature, an entity meant to exist, will exist, and has existed for longer than any of us have been here.
Such as how sometimes people attribute forests to having life, even though the woods itself is not living, but the things inside of it.
Exactly.
Well, you say that.
Well,
there are actually
are
trees that walk and
Yes.
talk.
Yes, I mean though, it'd be as if they speak
We
of the
have
forest
met
as an
those.
entity,
Wait, you've
when the
met
forest
some?
itself is not an entity. But has
Yes, we never specifically got a name of what they were called, but they were very nice and were able to listen to reason.
Interesting. Where did you encounter these creatures?
Oh, and Tuval will rattle off some coordinates about where we were sent for that.
yada yada
mission.
yada, moontide
They
forest,
quickly
yada yada
jot
yada.
it down. Like, I'm gonna have to go there.
There was an odd stone that was seeming to upset them. Upsetting the entire forest around it, actually.
Like, just aesthetic-wise, or
No, it's almost like it had some kind of energy. I mean, my friend
Guys,
over
this
here,
stone's fucking up the whole feng shui of the forest. We gotta get it out of here.
my friend here hit it with their war pick, and it almost glowed red for a while before fading.
It was definitely enchanted.
I was gonna say a color change like that is often indicative of magic's enchanting an object or transmuting an object.
Interesting.
Did you figure out what kind of magic it was
See,
before you
Red.
destroyed it?
I
It
don't
was
believe
red.
I don't believe we got the specifics, but
wasn't
it seemed to be stealing the life force of the wood.
Wasn't it like aberration or something?
That is a creature type.
Incorrect. Okay.
Do you want to know the schools of magic?
Abnegation.
No, I don't need to be told that.
As well as
I am-
thoughtless.
I am
Okay.
a big professional Dunda player.
If I remember correctly, you did cast detect magic on it.
No. I do
I
not
don't-
remember.
I don't think I cast.
Actually,
detect.
wait.
I didn't
Oh
have
wait,
it
no, I
then.
think you made an
Wait.
Arcana check. on it.
Wait. Wait.
Mhm.
Wait. I have it in my notes.
You have it in
I'm
your
checking
notes.
my notes, and
Great.
it's the one thing I didn't write down.
It's transmutation magics.
That would
It was
definitely
transmutation.
explain the color change.
Like to imagine Stella went, "Oh, I've got it," and like reached into herself and pulled out like a wet sheet of paper and like uncrumpled it and just transmutation.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I do not do that.
I do not do that.
All
do
of the
not do
paper
that.
that Stella has to be laminated.
Yeah,
Clearly.
Stella's the
Interesting.
only person who possesses a Sharpie.
At this point, the next course of meals comes out. It seems like a nice spread of different options, but you may continue conversation over eating. I'm not
Of
going to have to
course.
make you roleplay eating.
Appreciate it.
Why
I
not?
slurp my noodles quite loudly.
Can we hear any other conversations
I-
going on?
If you want to try to listen in on other people's conversations, make me a perception check.
Okay. And my mouse gets unstuck. That's gonna be a 12.
A 12. Okay. Well, you can't eavesdrop on anyone whispering, which you see Idaril and Yuritora seem to have a few whispers back and forth, so do Yuritora and Lionel. You are able to hear a couple conversations that are a bit less hush-hush. You hear Gronmit and Teke kind of reminiscing. It seemed... What you gather from the conversation is Teke did a mission in Taylor Break, where she met Gronmit, and her help was appreciated, and she was given the VIP treatment that you were told about, and so they're kind of talking about that, talking about some really great bars in Taylor Break. Dia, Atir, and Marilli are all kind of not talking. Marilli and Dia will talk to the people next to them, or if someone's like calling them out, they'll respond, but they're not actively in any conversations at this time. And then everyone else is... Lionel and Yuritora occasionally whisper, but everyone else is kind of in your conversations.
So this is honestly for the sake of the fact that I haven't rolled anything except for one thing, like for the initiative. So I, just because I'm not really engaged in any conversations, I'm kind of trying to stay out of it.
You're not engaged.
I
You're
kind of
married.
wanna, I kind of want to just busy myself, so I'm going to have a piece of paper and a little crayon that I had hidden in my little flowy sleeves.
Yeah, you got the kids menu and it came with crayons.
And I drew a little picture of like Yuritora with a bunch of black roses around her, and I am going to stealthily like slide it across the table to her.
Okay. She's very far away from you.
I know.
But
You just throw it.
make a stealth
I-
or make a sleight of hand check. That would be sleight of hand, not stealth.
23.
23. You managed to like fold it into basically a paper airplane and like somehow throw it under the table, and it kind of like lands in her lap because a 23 is amazing. You see she kind of like looks down, picks it up, opens it, just kind of like holds it to her chest for a second, kind of like gives you a nod, folds it up and puts it in her pocket.
You know what was great?
What?
I rolled a 14.
Oh yeah, you just have a +9. Rogues.
Wolf calling out my lack of knowledge in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm not looking at the chat. I want to be involved. Oh.
Leaving the DM
Abnegation
out.
Iridite. What?
If you look at it for more than 2 seconds, you'll realize it's all wrong.
You better say,
is
actually,
it?
yeah, I don't think that all of those are real classes of magic.
I think all of them are. Wait, no, Dunamant. Wait, no, you misspelled it.
It's Dunsamancy, thank you very much.
Dunsamancy.
Hey, wait, that one's real. No, it's not.
Dunsamancy isn't even Dunamancy isn't even a real school of magic. Unless you're talking about
Necrofancy?
Critical Role.
Yeah.
Necrofancy.
Look, I just copied
It's
copied
just
a
a
list of
necromancer
all
with
of
a
the
top
correct
hat.
ones. I just
Necrofancy.
copied a list of all the correct ones and then changed them slightly and then posted.
Lovely. I can't think of much else I'd want to do with the conversation, sadly.
Okay.
I know this is probably a time for lore, but Oh, what to do?
So, what exactly are you researching with the stars in the sky?
Oh, well, okay. So, a few things, right? So, first of all, I'm trying to figure out a way to determine how far away a star or a star system is from us by looking at like how far it moves in the night, how bright it is, stuff like that. Very complicated math. It bores most people beyond belief. But I'm also looking at potential ways of traveling among them one day. I think we're far, far away from that, but I think theoretically, I mean, certain magics let you teleport. Theoretically, you could teleport to any one of these places. The only problem would be getting there safely and making sure that you can breathe and, you know, stuff like that.
If there's anything I've learned in my life, the world's always bigger than we think it is.
I couldn't agree more. Granted, I'm not even sure.
Stella has untapped knowledge.
I'm not even sure if travel is possible, considering, and this is something that I don't think I've ever told any of the players, but it is true about the world. No one in Iridel has ever traveled far enough west or east to circle around. The farthest someone has traveled has been like 4 or 5 miles. Or no, it would be longer than that, like 20 to 30 miles away from the Iridel shores. Other than that is unknown.
Very far.
So the world is flat.
You have no idea. It could be flat. It could be circular with an entirely different continent on the other side. It could be round, but like a portal to hell on the other side. Who knows? But like...
The world is not...
Wow.
Yeah, like
fully-
y'all haven't... Iridel specifically, all of its trade routes just go around the continent because the only place that ever like gets blocked is the most southern part.
Y'all ready for a
Or no, the most...
ship trip?
Oh,
For
none
what?
of it gets blocked. I forgot. The
Y'all
only
ready
like
for a
icy
ship
place
trip?
is the mountains.
Yes.
We
We
go
go
just gonna
sailing.
get on a ship and head west.
Go
And hope
sailing.
for
That
Well,
is
then-
such a bad idea.
it's a
I
great
agree.
plan.
Bad idea.
It is
I
an
think
awful
it
idea.
is a wonderful plan to go.
Greg will
I'm
do
gonna
it.
tell you right now, above table, don't do that.
Boats make me
Mhm.
nervous.
Alzana,
You are
There's
level
no
4.
world. The
I
world
hope you
is
succeed in your
flat.
venture.
You are level 4. Do not do that.
Well, Xana, I hope you succeed in your venture. And who knows? Maybe you'll meet someone who can show you a world beyond your imagination someday.
You know, you really sound like you have information that you're not telling me, and I just want
Oh,
you to
no,
know
no.
it's really cool that you're being like secretive.
No, it's not.
What?
It's just I.
No, I get the vibe, you know, like I'm not like angry. I'm just saying.
No, it's not that I don't know something. It's just it feels similar to something that happened to me in my past. Is all.
That is edgy.
Cryptic.
Yeah. And
No.
cryptic.
I mean,
Extremely.
I didn't know that a lot of stuff existed, and I met people who brought me from where I was to civilization. You know.
Tara's gonna lean over to Stella and just be like, why are they here anyway?
Who?
Who's here?
Xana.
Yeah. Yeah, Santa.
I don't know.
Who are they? Like, aside from researcher, who are they?
She apparently wants to visit the stars. That's
I
all
mean,
I know.
you can ask her.
You could always ask her.
What's the connection to the guild?
Are you asking
Mm.
Stella this
Just
or Xana
shrug.
this?
I'm asking Stella.
Okay.
I just shrug and I don't know.
Okay, and I'm just content with not getting an answer if it doesn't come from Stella. Because I am not asking myself.
B is like, hey,
So-
ask for me.
So, what's your connection to the guild?
You know, just a researcher that happens to know people.
That's fair. Sorry, my friend's a bit bashful. She wanted to know.
Tara starts hyperventilating.
What's your passive insight, Wolf?
13.
Okay.
Interesting question.
That's like the
Yes.
second or third time I've asked that same question.
I know. That's the problem.
Don't worry. My passive insight is a 367.
Well, in that
And a half.
It's over 9,000.
haha, your joke is I rolled 10,000
367
on
is
deception.
actually not over.
You are not allowed to put over 9,000 as a description on official forums. Dr. Bright.
From the SCP.
But yeah, I've done a little bit of research for them in the past, and so I sometimes get invited to things.
I see. That makes sense.
What about you?
Oh, well. Currently, I'm an adventurer with the guild. Well, I also have a part-time job at the guild
Oh,
as
okay.
wait staff.
Oh, nice. She's just kind of like looking around. You kind of made her socially awkward.
A long time ago, I would stop by sometimes and perform at the guild, but that was in a while.
Oh, you used to perform at the guild?
I'd
What
rather
kind
not
of
talk about that,
performance?
though.
What? Too late.
Well-
You already brought it up.
Well,
They're just fighting.
ah. While my friends did business, I would go and sing as well as play my lyre.
I like how
Interesting.
you like choked out the word liar.
Well,
Does
I wanted
Tara
to
hear
say
this?
lyre, but then I don't remember if I.
If Stella's
Oh
not
god,
being
they're all gonna
secretive
know I'm a
about it,
patron of
then,
the
yeah,
arts.
Tara-
Tara-
Tara, Greg, and Tuvala all hear this unless Stella is specifically saying it quiet.
I am saying it a little quietly, but I don't mind them rolling to see if they can hear.
Well,
Roll.
here, no, you roll a stealth check against their passives
That is perfectly
instead of
fine by
everyone rolling
me.
perception.
That is perfectly fine by me. I rolled a 20. I'm slightly upset by that.
20.
But okay.
No one hears it.
No one hears it.
I'm so sad.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm so sorry for rolling good.
You should be.
Said no one ever.
I say that all the
I do.
time.
I do.
You have a reason. For your war crimes.
It's not a
You
war
know
crime
what?
if Geneva
And-
doesn't exist.
And mides. You mind me saying it was a disadvantage though, because Mia's player wants them to actually hear a bit,
Sure,
even though Mia's
roll
character
again.
does not. Great. I roll a 14 this time.
14?
I still don't
I
hear it.
think that's above
Don't hear
everyone's passive.
That is sad.
We're not
How
supposed
could
to
you?
know.
The only
You
person
told
me
whose
two
passive is
lower.
above that is yours.
Why?
I have a
It's-
12.
It's 12, 15, 11, 13, and you have the 15.
Good. No.
Which makes it
Passive-
so much more fun to hide stuff in the world, because
Dude,
y'all see
passive is like
nothing.
Dude, passive is like one of the most important things you can have on your character sheet.
I know, which is why it's so great.
Like he's worried. Dude.
Whoa.
Dude, this passive perception is what keeps you from walking into traps, and DM from being like, oh yeah, this random thing showed up, and now you're dead.
Yeah.
What
Or
if we
here's
don't
a
give
secret
the
you
DM ideas?
don't get to see.
Huh?
Do that anyway.
So anyway, the fireplace explodes. No, I'm just kidding.
I had a bomb.
Okay. Is there anything else that y'all would like to discuss over dinner? Or anything that you would like to do?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. With that being said, dessert is brought.
Nice.
Xana asks a few more
What is it?
questions.
I need to know in great detail.
Yeah, no, what's the dessert?
It is a medieval version of cheesecake with chocolate drizzle on
I cast
yeah.
detect magic.
it. Do you?
Yes.
Okay. The fireplace lights up. A tear lights up. Dia and Marilli both have things that light up. Eateril lights up. Like all of him. Gronmit, his two hand axes light up. Yuritora has one thing on her that lights up. It's under her cloak. Teke has a few things that light up kind of underneath her dress, all very well hidden, but you see several things that light up. Lionel has a couple things that light up. Xana's glasses light up. And then I don't think y'all have anything magical on you.
Do other
I do.
Does the cheesecake light up?
The cheesecake
about
does
the
not
pot?
light up.
Wardrobe lights up.
Well,
Do you
I
have the
figured that
wardrobe
y'all
with
left.
you?
I
Yeah, I
figured that
know.
you left like your backpack and your pot of infinite water at your room.
Why would I
Yeah.
leave it at home? It's a fire festival.
That's fair. So the pot also lights up.
I always am keeping the wardrobe
I'm gonna,
on.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
then-
whip around.
The
I'm gonna
wardrobe.
whip around to Tavalla with
Okay.
like a face of betrayal and be like, "They're gonna know my knives aren't magic." Tavalla.
Well, detect magic.
Upset.
It only lights up like in Tuvala. Like Tuvala sees these things
Okay.
lighting up. No one else sees it. But Tuvala, you see
Okay.
a ton of crap in this room lights up. Most of it is enchantment, though you do see illusion magic. Enchantment, illusion. What is it? Abjuration. Evocation.
All of it. Just list it all.
It's all here.
Shall I read from the list?
I don't.
Is there any
You don't.
transfer
I
rate?
don't think you see any.
Necrofancy.
Oh, actually, you would
Evocation.
see transmutation. You would not see necromancy.
Hmm.
Okay, so you don't
Josh,
see.
Or sorry, oh gosh, I hate my.
You don't see
Wolf,
necromancy,
my dear, we can't hear
conjuration.
Midas.
I think those are like the only two that you don't see.
Why am I so
Technically,
bad
it's
at this?
And
Oh,
if you
Lord.
are curious, I will tell you specifically what something is, if you want.
I am curious about what the fire is actually.
The fireplace is evocation.
Okay. Just checking.
Mhm.
Because that can be bad. You said that our lovely dwarf friend lit up too.
His 2 hand axes lit up as those are enchantment.
Okay. I would already know what Zerna Zen I know what that is.
Xana?
Xana, yeah.
Xana's glasses lit up?
I knew it.
Actually, wait, what would that be? I don't actually know what that would be.
They're just identify specs. I know what they are.
There's a few different kinds of goggles they could be.
Oh, they light up as divination.
Okay. And then if you could just tell me what Dia and Morelli's are.
Dia and Marilli had a few things light up. Their bracers light up as abjuration. So do like their leg pads, and then their swords both light up as evocation.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I was only really concerned about the cheesecake, so we're all Gucci.
Oh, actually, give me a perception check real quick.
Absolutely. It's going to be doesn't matter what my modifier is. I rolled a 2.
Okay.
It's gonna be like a 3.
With all this light in the room, sometimes it's hard
6.
to like miss super small things, so I'll say that. But a tear also lights up as what would it be? What would that be? I would say a tear lights up as divination. And then Ediril shows up as transmutation.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Those are the only 2 people that are like fully lit up. Everyone else has like items on them that lights up.
Right. Alright. I know for now.
And would you say you rolled on your stealth? Or not stealth, perception?
It's gonna be a 5.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. Is there anything else that anyone wants to do or say to literally anyone?
Come on, Wolf, use the big brain.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Wolf is like, no, me no want secret now. Me want secret later.
It's a big brain, but it don't do nothing.
Look.
Really eat my cheesecake. Do we get seconds?
It may be big, but it is smooth.
Whenever you finish yours, there is like a waiter that has just like a platter of cheesecakes, and if you get his attention, then he'll bring you more.
I thought for a second you were telling me that once again you have cheesecake IRL.
No,
And I was about to be
I
upset.
wish. I want cheesecake now.
Me too.
Walmart's
Now you
closed,
know what I
though.
felt like last week.
Tara,
I
get
feel like
seconds.
Greg's gonna be kind of nervous because he's not really from a very sophisticated background, and he's gonna be looking at this very nicely prepared dessert like sitting in front of him and
I
all
have
the
a way to fix
silverware and all of these very important people, and just be like, okay,
I have a way to
we
fix
can
it.
do this. What's up?
So we're gonna take a spoonful of cheesecake.
You could. Yeah. I feel like that's also embarrassing for him, though. He's just
Embarrassing,
gonna
but
try to, like,
distracting.
sneak small bits of it when he thinks not a lot of people are looking. Because he's just gonna be nervous about his cheesecake performance.
After dessert is served, you see a tear kind of stand up. He grabs his cane, and then he kind of has like a little nod to everyone. And Dia and Marilli kind of flank him, and they walk out, leaving everyone else there. And then slowly, like, you see Lionel and Yuri Tora stand up. They're speaking back and forth to each other before Yuri Tora kind of hugs Lionel, and Lionel starts to exit as Idaril stands up, nods to Yuri Tora, takes her hand, and they teleport out. And then Xana is not going to leave until y'all leave, because she's just going to pester Stella with questions.
Good.
And then...
Stella's making friends.
Yes.
Mandatory friends.
Mandatory.
That Yuritora did not say goodbye to me.
Just now,
It's fine.
thinking I should have asked what the point of this secondary dinner was.
It's mostly formality at this point. It used to
there
be
a
more
dance
important,
afterwards?
but... No, the dance was before.
Before, gotcha. Okay.
At this point, you see Teke kind of stand up, and she actually walks over to Vala and whispers something in her ear. Check your DMs. Before Xana's just pestering Stella with questions again. At this point, it's just y'all, Xana, and Tuvala in the room. Oh, yeah. Gronmit also
Sorry.
got a refill on his alcohol before kind of getting up and leaving. I forgot that Gronmit was there. Tuvala, what do you do?
I sent you a,
Oh, you sent me a DM?
yep. Just,
Okay.
she's gonna go with it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you see Teke walk over to Tuvala, whisper something in her ear before Tuvala stands up and exits with Teke.
Oh, I am gonna put Greg in the care of Stella.
Okay. So that leaves just you three and Xana there.
We leave.
Yeah, I think we'll take our
Hello.
leave.
Greg like gets put over there. He's like, "Hello," and they're like, "Well, I think that's it." And Greg's like, "Goodbye."
So
Just
you three
immediate.
walk out, and Xana is very closely following behind, still scribbling notes about all of you before, just kind of as you're outside, Xana kind of goes, well, it was really nice to meet you all. If you're ever in Windspire, please reach out. Maybe we can do some research, or maybe you can help me explore some more dangerous areas, as I am not good with knives. So, yeah.
Do you something else interesting?
I'm sorry, what was that? You cut out?
Would you like to know something else interesting?
Oh, of course.
I'm gonna lean over and I am going to whisper.
Oh no. She like opens her book and gets the quill out, like ready to write.
DM, I have to tell you something kind of funny.
What?
So I've literally like sat here at this screen as a character I spent time on was like dying. That that had an effect. I'm currently nervous. I wasn't nervous then.
Yes. She just kind of like looks at you after you whisper that and goes.
But I
okay.
look at her and I put my finger to my lips, like. Wait, I can't hear you.
I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did.
Nope.
I was rolling something. I didn't say anything.
No, I didn't hear what you said before that.
Nothing.
He hadn't responded.
Oh,
I didn't say anything. Did you look at my stream, which has like a 2-minute delay, and think I said something?
no!
She kind of like looks back at you and just a mixture of interest, concern, and fear crosses her face before she
What
just
did you-
kind of closes her book and backs away.
What did you tell her?
Just a little bit of a little interesting fact that I picked up.
Greg has secrets too.
Greg is so great.
He
So,
does.
With that,
Yeah.
you are all able
Probably
to
walk Greg home.
go
and then
back
say,
to your temporary home until you get the apiary to your name. Granted, you are short one party member as Tuval is not there when you get there. But I mean, you all know where she is.
Fine.
With that being said, this is where we'll end tonight's session. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and also remember, use HelloFresh. Use my code and my link. Help support the stream. It is quite literally the best way to support the stream right now. So, big thank you to HelloFresh. Great meals. We use them all the time. Me and B do. Sorry. Great meals.
B and I.
I'm not the English teacher, okay? I'm the DM.
Married
Great
to the
meals,
English
great
teacher.
prices for them. No complaints from me. Absolutely amazing. Oh, babe, they have like baking kits now for a limited time. It's in my talking points. Limited time, like baking kits. We have to get some.
Baking kits.
It's a
Um,
rule.
Fall stuff that I keep seeing, but I don't ever ask if you want it because it's all like, up my alley, like pumpkin spice and
Oh, that's fair.
Everything
I am a
nice?
really picky eater, but pretty quick meals, cheaper than traditional grocery shopping, and most importantly, or not most importantly, but one really important thing to me is less food waste, like a lot less. So go try them out, get 70% off your first order and free shipping on your first box if you use my link and my code, and it also helps support the stream. And don't forget, we do have the deal to where if the stream makes over $100 profit, I promise to split it between these 4 fine people. So it'll help support them more than me, but you know what? That's fine with me. In fact, I would actually prefer that. So thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate the support. And we will see you next Sunday, I believe, is the plan. The only day that may get messed up in the near future is Thanksgiving, the Sunday just after Thanksgiving, as B and I will be traveling, but we should be back in time for D&D. But I will attempt to make some sort of announcement or something if that doesn't end up happening. So thank you so much. Hope you all enjoyed, and have a nice night. Bye, stream.
Bye.
Bye.